One of the most satisfying things about streaming is just being able to interact with people. I just enjoy being able to kind of teach the game of Magic as much as I can, and I think streaming is like a good platform for that.
I made my first video just as a test to see if I could. I always wanted to create, I always wanted to make, but I didn't really have the right outlet for it.
Paul Cheon and Brian Lewis are two full-time, stay-at-home Magic the Gathering content creators. As a gold-level member of the Pro Tour's Pro Players Club, Paul's videos are armed with strategy for serious competition. Every weekday, Paul can be found bantering with his audience on his Twitch channel while he streams live games of Magic Online. With 223,000 subscribers and counting, Brian hosts the most popular independent Magic-inspired YouTube channel in the world. Chock full of product reviews, comedic skits, and discourse on the hot-button topics of the day, he's named his channel Tolarian Community College and calls himself the Professor.
All right, some stipulations work out and some do not. What is this? $100 donation? NorCal Kid 93, thank you very much. Really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the $100 donation. And yes, it is true. You know, not all of us, you know, are Paulo Vitor Damadurosa or Luis. Not all of us can win, but we can still enjoy the game, right? My initial goal when I started streaming was get other people qualified for the Pro Tour. I already had a job. It wasn't really for money or anything. I just wanted to do it just to, again, interact with people, get them better at the game, and yeah, have somebody qualify.
I didn't want to just make what everyone else was making. I didn't want to just say, wow, I really love what these people are doing or what this person is doing. I'm just going to do that. That wasn't me. It was about having my own voice and my own idea. Then I thought, what if there was a definitive video that looked at the most popular and most likely to be in your game shop sleeves and showed them off, talked about what was good and what was bad about them.
Like most over-obsessive Magic players, I've spent years buying and trying all the major brands of card sleeves.
I thought, there's a fun video to make, there's a unique video to make, and it was only going to be one video. And then somebody asked about deck boxes, and then somebody asked about playmats. And I thought, all right, let's do the deck boxes. All right, let's do the playmats.
All right, it's that time again. Time for the Schlog. It has been a long time. We're here at the big boys table here. Pretty long day because we have the jet lag, you know, so I'm a little bit tired. But it was still fun. It was still fun.
To be the best at Magic, to play it to the point where you have the best chance at a Pro Tour, you're spending so much time preparing and getting good at Magic that you just have a natural in to make content about it. Just write about what you did, or to make a video while you test.
Yeah, it was a really difficult transition to decide to become a full-time content creator.
Initially, Paul came back to work for Channel Fireball, and he's been doing various things for Channel Fireball.
Was offered the job as the manager of the Channel Fireball Game Center. And then when I started doing the managing thing, I just realized, oh wait, I've never worked at a card shop or managed anything. So I was like, well, I got to do something else because this is just too overwhelming.
I was a community college instructor of English. Adjunct, because here in California, about 75% of all college professors are in fact adjunct instructors, meaning that we are part-time, we do a partial load. It's frightening because for me, I grew up with a father who was an artist, and that means I grew up with a father who was unemployed. And my mother was a waitress and she supported the family. I would sit on her bed and we would count out nickels and quarters that were from her tips each day and roll them up, and that would eventually pay the rent each month. So it's scary to say, I'm going to now risk going into being a paid artist, as it were, because I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years. I don't know what's going to happen, and that's terrifying to me, especially because I had built so much of my life on the premise of I will not be an unemployed artist like my father. I wake up in the morning, I'm with my son, we make breakfast, we watch cartoons, and then at 9:30 he goes off to daycare, and I come down here and I start filming. One video takes me usually about, I mean, it depends on the video, but 16 to 24 hours total of work, I'd say. It depends, like, and then every now and then there's a video that's really quick and it's like 2 hours. So it all kind of levels out, but I do 3 videos a week, every week, and here we are.
What videos do you film?
Do you know the game that Mommy and I play, Magic? Yeah. You know we play Magic? Do you know that kind of game? My family has given me more support than could have ever been reasonably expected of them. And the fact that my wife in particular has supported me in this from day one speaks volumes to how much she has done and given in terms of support.
It's just been the most ridiculous thing that's ever happened to me, honestly. People ask me, like, what does your husband do? And I'm like, he makes YouTube videos about a game, you know? And I tell them that my life is weird now. But it's been the most amazing thing to see your person you love's dream come true.
Come here. I really, really loved streaming and interacting with people. It was just a lot of fun. And my wife knew that. And, you know, without her, I probably wouldn't be doing any of this.
I think sometimes he was like, I don't know if I should do this. I don't know if this is gonna work out. I just said, no, keep doing it. I'm the one that said, just keep at it. She's really been supporting me throughout all of this, which is just crazy. You know, she's like, look, you love doing this, let's try it out. I tell him this every couple of months when he feels a little down or he feels like he's stuck in a rut. And I just keep saying, just keep at it. Don't be afraid. I'm your wife and I'm saying go for it. What are you afraid of?
The hard part about streaming is the fact that since this is my full-time job, I don't get to interact with people on a regular basis. I feed off a lot on my interactions with people, like in real life. And you know, now basically I spend 8 hours on the computer streaming YouTube, making all this content. Then I spend time with my family. But in terms of kind of that whole social dynamic you get from going to work or whatever, I've lost some of that. That is kind of the difficult thing sometimes because I'm just sitting there. I'm like, well, I'm, you know, just on the internet, just hanging out. I think that was a burn. Let me read it again. You have shown all of us how someone who may not always have the most success can still love what they do. Sick burn. It's okay, it's all good. It's all good. For $100, all right, that's fair. That's fair. Every now and then I just get these emails or whatever, or messages from people just saying, hey, look, I really appreciate like the content that you make, or thank you so much for kind of helping me qualify. This has been so great. And I've even had people who were like, you know, I was in the hospital and, you know, I couldn't get out of bed. I wasn't doing anything. And your streams helped me a lot because it was just like, you know, a source of entertainment.
It surprised me at first when people said similar things to me. And they said, you really helped me get through some rough times. And I said, with card sleeve reviews, with deck box reviews. And I think that more than anything is what's the best part of doing this. When someone says I saved them money, when someone says I saved them money, that makes me feel great, especially given how I grew up. Like, that is just goal number 2. But goal number 1 is when someone says, you really helped me out just by being there and cheering me up when I needed it. That's just, wow. That's better than saving someone money.